Welcome back to the Planet Munch Nutrition and Behaviour Change programme. This week, we're going to look at sugar in our diet and consider the effects sugar may have on our health and ask, do we really need it? How much sugar should we be having and what harm might it do to us? So here is a bottle of cola, one of the most popular fizzy drinks around. But how much sugar do you think is in this bottle of cola? This 500ml bottle has almost 11 teaspoons of sugar, which works out to be 210 calories of just pure sugar. And this 330ml can of cola has almost 8 teaspoons of sugar, which works out to be 139 calories of the same drink. Essentially, these are just empty calories that are also harmful for teeth, whether they're sweetened or not. So what are empty calories? Empty calories are foods and drinks that give us energy, usually from sugar or from fat or from both, but they don't provide any essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals or fiber. So what is the problem with giving so much sugar in one serving? There are many reasons why this is not good for children or adults, as sweetened beverages like this provide no essential nutrients such as protein, fats, vitamins and minerals and fiber. They're just sugary drinks combined with acids which can cause damage to teeth and gums, and the excess energy can lead to weight gain. The sugar in the sweetened beverages like fizzy drinks, juices, confectionery and some other foods is mostly free sugar. And free sugar are those that are added to food or those naturally present, such as honey, syrups and unsweetened fruit juices, but excludes lactose in milk and milk products. Milk has roughly the same amount of calories as many sweetened beverages, but milk also contains protein, calcium, vitamin A and zinc. Therefore, milk gives adults and children useful and nourishing energy, whereas fizzy drinks only provide sugar. So essentially, free sugars should account for no more than 5% of our daily dietary energy intake. It's not always easy to find out how much sugar is in a food or drink, as sugar has many different names on food labels, which can make it quite confusing at times. Sugar is the main fuel that drives our body. It comes from foods in the carbohydrate group. It can be either in the form of pure sugar, usually glucose, or can come from starchy foods, which then break down in the stomach during digestion. When we eat sugar-containing foods, the sugar in our blood rises, and the foods that make the blood sugar rise more quickly are sometimes called high glycemic index or high GI foods. Foods that make the blood sugar level rise more slowly and help keep it steady are called low glycemic index foods or low GI foods. You sometimes see foods, especially bread and cereals, described as low GI or high GI on the label. For some people, high GI foods can affect their mood and feeling of well-being. That's because they're sensitive to the steep rise and sudden fall in blood sugar. Therefore, eating more lower GI foods are better for keeping blood sugar steady. Juices and smoothies have been marketed to us for years as healthy products. This is a bit true as they do contain vitamins, but they are also high in sugar, so should be taken in small amounts. One drink, equivalent to 150 ml for children from the age of 5, can be counted as one portion of daily fruit. Therefore, it's best to dilute concentrated unsweetened fruit juice when giving it to children, especially young children, to protect their teeth and lower the risk of excess energy intake and possible weight gain. The best drink to give your toddler or preschool child is water or milk. If you do give juice, make sure they are diluted 1 to 10 parts for the youngest children and gradually increasing. However, the best way to enjoy fruit is to eat the whole fruit rather than the juice, as this will give you fiber as well as sugar and other nutrients. Swapping sugar-sweetened beverages and foods for artificial sweetened foods and drinks is not recommended for children under 5. However, it can be beneficial for older children and adults for weight management and dental health, but a healthier drink, such as those that are milk-based, should be actively encouraged, as these provide additional benefits that artificial sweetened beverages don't. Sugar may also be hidden in many foods, even savoury foods such as breakfast cereals, cooking sauces and other foods marketed for young children such as yogurts. So it's always good to check the food labels. So can we have any free sugars at all? It is recommended that sugar provides no more than 5% of daily energy. Working this out can be difficult, so remember to use a traffic light system on food labels. Some food labels are not as clear as others, and so you may need to work out how much energy from sugar you're getting from a particular food. So when we look at this food label of some cookies, you can see that 34.2 grams of sugar is in each 100 grams. Each 1 gram of sugar contains 4 calories. If you were to eat 100 grams of these cookies, 137 calories would be sugar. The average woman needs to eat about 2,000 calories per day. To work out the percentage of total daily energy this cookie is providing you, you will need to do a sum. So taking that 137 calories, divide it by the 2,000 calories per day that you need, times it by 100 to get the percentage, and then you will get 6.9% or around 7% of daily energy from free sugar. And that's more than your allowance of 5% a day. As we're all very busy and cannot be calculating the sugar content of foods, the traffic light labelling gives you that percentage under that nutrient. So in this case, it's sugar. But be careful of food claims as they may be misleading. No added sugar means no sugar has been added, but the product may not be low in sugar, as some foods may be naturally high in sugars, such as a concentrated fruit juice. And sugar-free means that the product has no more than 0.2 grams of added or natural sugar per 100 grams or 100 mils of that product. By reading food labels, you will get to know which food in the same group are high or low in sugar, and this can help you make healthier sugar swaps, such as swapping sugar-coated cereals to oat porridges or a flavoured yogurt to a natural yogurt sweetened with berries. Making foods at home means you know exactly what's gone into the food, so you don't need to worry about false claims or working out sugar content so much. So to sum up, water and milk are the best drinks for your toddler or preschool child, as they're good sources of essential nutrients, and water will keep them hydrated. When offering juices, dilute with water for the under 5s, and unsweetened juices and smoothies only count once towards your 5 a day. Try to read the food labels to check sugar content of sweet and savoury foods for any hidden sugars. Try to find lower sugar alternatives to your family favourites, and preparing foods at home as much as you can is another way of knowing and controlling the sugar content. And not to forget, encourage teeth brushing to help protect teeth against tooth decay and early tooth loss. Behaviour change, fussy eating. Fussy or picky eating is common in young children and usually starts in the second year of life. It's a sign of increasing independence and desire for control. Fear of new foods or neophobia is normal at this age. For most children, it's not a long-term problem and they grow out of it. But establishing a healthy diet and eating habits is important, and fussy eaters often have a less varied diet that may lead to shortfalls in the long run. In this week's fact sheet, you will find some tips on how to manage fussy eating. So the top tips to manage fussy eating include understanding that toddlers' moods and appetites are changeable from day to day, just like us adults. Therefore, it's reassuring to know that if your child is growing and developing normally, then they're more likely to be eating enough to meet their needs. Eat with your children as often as possible, as your child will enjoy the company and learn by copying your behaviour. Plan meals according to your child's eating pattern and lifestyle. Don't let your child become too tired or hungry before offering a meal, and this may mean moving your original meal times to an earlier time. Involve your child in food preparation so they become familiar with colours, textures and tastes. Space drinks between meals and try not to give large volumes of fluid before a meal, as large amounts of fluid, whether it's milk or juice, can fill up tiny tummies and reduce intake. Respond and respect your child's cues. Learn to recognize when your child has had enough. Example, turning their head or saying no. So essentially, let them eat to their appetite and don't overfeed. Praise good eating behavior and try not to give lots of attention to bad behavior, such as avoiding some foods or not finishing their meal, as often we are forgetful in regarding to praising our children and focus too much on the undesired behavior. Big portions can be overwhelming. Therefore, offer small portions, praise your child if they are eaten, and try offering a little more. Avoid force feeding, bribing or pressuring your child to eat, as this can make them frightened of eating and also could encourage children to eat when they're not hungry, essentially not responding to internal signals. Make meal times interesting with 2 courses, savoury and sweet, to maximise on nutrients. Keep meal times calm, relaxed, without any distractions such as screens and toys. Give your child some control over their meal. Example, by offering finger foods, self-feeding, and allowing them to get messy. Remove unwanted food without any comment, but avoid replacing with another new meal or their desired meal or a snack, as this can set up a long-term pattern of your child taking advantage of you at meal times. If you serve at least one food which your child enjoys at meal times, then this can minimize the fussing. Meal time should last no more than 20 to 30 minutes, and you can offer more food at the next snack or meal time if you haven't been successful by then. Keep offering foods that have been previously refused, as taste changes over time, and it may be that your child needs more opportunities to try the new food to be more confident about it. It takes about 20 or more attempts before you are successful with a new food, and this is especially true for bitter tasting foods. Don't get too upset after a stressful mealtime. Try to be positive and comfort yourself that things will improve slowly. Aim for small changes and try to remain patient. You can discuss any concerns with the group today, or you can think about this over the coming week or bring back any issues to discuss next week. Well done for completing week 7.